Let's now create a new clip. To do so, double-click on an empty slot on the track that you'd like to work on. So I'm going to choose this one here, which has my instrument loaded onto it. You'll notice at the bottom of the screen, we can now see the MIDI note editor. This is where we can write in and edit MIDI information for the selected clip. You can swap between the device view, which shows your instrument, and the clip view, which shows your MIDI note editor, with these two tabs at the bottom right of the screen. You can open and close these windows with the little arrows to the left here. You can also toggle between the device and the clip view by holding Shift and pressing Tab on your computer's keyboard. So, let's make the MIDI note editor a little bit bigger by clicking and dragging when this icon appears. The MIDI note editor gives a visual representation of the musical notes and is where we can write in and edit MIDI information. We can use it to create chords, melodies, and other musical phrases. By default, the clip that is created will be 1 bar in length. At the top here, we have our timeline. This is measured in bars. As this clip is 1 bar in length, we can see bar 1 beat 1, bar 1 beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. The numbers in between show us smaller beat divisions. So this is very important to understand, as this is how we write music and keep in time. I'll go over this in more detail later on. Over to the left, we can see a piano keyboard flipped vertically. This represents the pitch of our notes. So to clarify, the horizontal axis represents time, and the vertical axis represents the pitch. If you press the MIDI note editor preview button here, when you click on the notes at the side, you'll be able to hear the pitch of the selected note. If I press play on the clip, I can do so by clicking on this play button here on the clip in the session view. You'll be able to see the playhead moving through the MIDI note editor. That represents the position in time. Currently, as we have written in no notes, you won't be able to hear anything other than the metronome. So, I'll start writing in some notes. There are a couple of different ways to write in MIDI notes in the MIDI note editor. First of all, make sure you do not have the draw mode selected. You can toggle draw mode on and off with this icon at the top right of the screen. Or alternatively, you can use the keyboard shortcut B. This will toggle between the standard cursor and draw mode. I'll be showing you this tool later on, but let's keep it simple for now. So to draw in a note with the normal cursor, double-click in the MIDI note editor. You can adjust the pitch of the note by hovering your mouse over it and clicking and dragging it up or down. You can adjust the note's position in time by clicking and dragging it left or right. And if you hover the mouse over the right-hand side of the note, you can adjust the length. You can also adjust the length if you hover the mouse over the left-hand side. To delete a note, double-click on it. If you ever make a mistake while working the MIDI note editor, you can use the undo shortcut. So the shortcut is Command-Z on a Mac or Control-Z on Windows. If you press undo too many times, press Command-Shift and Z or Control-Shift and Z to redo. You can also go up to the Edit tab here to access undo and redo. I'm just going to draw in a few more notes now to show you how to make a selection. Sometimes you may want to edit multiple notes at once. To make a selection, click and drag with your mouse cursor over all of the notes that you'd like to select. You'll notice that the notes are now highlighted. When a selection has been made like this, you can edit multiple notes for once. For example, if I click and drag to change the pitch or timing, all of the notes in the selection will be affected. Another way to move notes in the MIDI note editor is by using the arrow keys on your computer's keyboard. Pressing left and right will move the notes back or forwards in time, and pressing up and down will change the pitch. To deactivate a selection, press Escape on your computer's keyboard, or simply double-click on a blank space in the MIDI note editor. To select all of the notes in the MIDI note editor, you can use the keyboard shortcut Command-A on a Mac or Control-A on Windows. You can delete notes by pressing backspace or the delete key on your computer's keyboard. If you've made a selection, all of the notes will be deleted. Okay, now we've covered the complete basics, we can start putting this into practice and writing our first part. Thanks for watching.